Ladies and gentlemen, students and graduates, get ready for the inaugural LAFS Online Student Showcase with your hosts, T.L. Westgate, Krista Lozinski, and Trent Duncan. And now, Professor T.L. Westgate.
Yeah. Okay. No. Oh. Hey. I gotta go, Gerald. I love you. Bye. Oh, hey everybody. I'm T.L. Westgate, professor here at the LA Film School, and I'd like to welcome you to our inaugural online showcase award show. First of all, I'd like to just spend a little time, maybe about 45 minutes or so, talking about myself. It all started back. Sorry. No. Okay. Well, never mind about that. Let's just jump right into it. And I'd like to welcome our hosts for the evening, Professor Trent Duncan. Trent, hi, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going, TL? Good to see you.
I see you got the memo about the bow tie.
I did. You sent it out, and I absolutely was enjoying. We're looking forward to it.
Okay, well, let's see if Krista also has a bow tie on. Well, let's welcome Krista Lozinski, our program manager.
Hello, everyone. I did not get the memo about the bow tie, so I'm very upset about that right now.
You were copied on the email.
I don't think I was. I blame Trent.
Well, I'm going to hand it off to you guys to kick things off.
I don't know how we go from here and recover, but
why don't you two jump in and get the ball rolling, and I'll come back a little bit.
Okay.
Sounds good. Right. Trent, I'll leave it to you.
Where do I begin after that shocking admission there? Okay, so, boy, well, welcome to the 2021 Online Student Showcase. This is a film festival style event exclusively for current and active students at LA Film School.
Now, our showcase features a variety of creative work from our online student body. There are several categories, such as our commercial work, cinematography reels, school projects, and narrative films.
And tonight, we're going to bring you the winners of each of the 4 categories, along with several other outstanding aspects of production.
Now, the category winners will each receive a $75 Amazon gift card, but we're also going to be recognizing some outstanding production elements as well.
Hey, everybody, I'm back. Now we're going to get rid of you two for a second, and we want to bring in a special guest from our Student Services Department, Career Development. Let's get rid of Trent and Krista. We'll be right back to you. And welcome Steve Longo. Steve, how you doing?
Hey everybody, I'm feeling woefully underdressed, but my name is Steve Longo, coming to you live from the Hollywood area, blocks from the Los Angeles Film School, not far from the Dolby Theater. Just honored to be part of you guys, and I think to be part of the event. And just letting you know that there's a team of like 30 people back here in Hollywood, advisors, industry outreach reps, people to help you with your resume, so we can get you out working in the field and hopefully coming here to Hollywood to actually get an Academy Award someday, or an Emmy, or any of that. So Steve Longo, you can reach me at slongo@lafilm.edu. We have a platform called Career Connect, where we connect you with employers from all over the country. So again, I'm here as a quick reminder to let you know that you have a whole staff of people supporting you here in Hollywood. And what I know for sure is that LA Film School resume carries a big wallop everywhere it goes in the country. So, the further you get from Hollywood, the more impressive it is. So hopefully I'll be hearing from you guys, and I look forward to seeing some really cool stuff tonight. Thanks so much.
Well, we thank you for the work you do getting our students jobs. And as things are ramping up, this is a great time to reach out to Steve and work on your career development.
Excellent.
Thanks, Steve. Okay, back to me. So it all started back in, oh, right. I'm sorry. Okay, never mind. Let's just bring Trent and Krista back in and get the awards going. Hey, guys, I'm going to leave it off to you. Have fun.
I like that idea. Let's get started here. Krista, what do you say?
I think I'm ready.
Okay, so our first award category is commercial work. Now, this category is for any of the following types of music videos, weddings, commercials, corporate videos, or training and educational videos. So basically, any work that students did outside of LA Film School. And so we love seeing the work that you've done inside LA Film School, but we really encourage students to network out. And so we wanted to create this category in order to see some of the stuff our students were doing, as well as getting their education. So we're excited to have our winner here, and Krista is going to bring us the winner of our commercial work category.
And our winner in this category is Seth Garrison with Heartbreak. And Seth is the director, editor. He did lighting, cinematography, writing, and sound editing on this piece.
Hi there.
We have Seth. All right, Seth, congratulations.
Welcome, Seth.
Win. All right, good to have you here. So real quick, just so everybody knows, it's a music video. You kind of shot it in an abandoned house. I like the edits, a lot of quick edits, some cool, colorful lights. So just talk a little bit about the music video itself and the collaboration with the artist.
Sure. So, of course, the storyline was mostly the artist's idea, and I collaborate with the artist, and we kind of bounce the idea back and forth and get a clear vision. And after we get a clear story, we just go out there, and the main thing is to have fun. That's how you transfer energy onto the screen.
Absolutely. I totally agree.
Now, what kind of challenges did you really face while you were out there getting it?
Oh my gosh. So the main challenge for me was not having any electricity. We had to take everything completely battery powered because being in an abandoned building, not only do we have to remain safe, but there's nowhere to get electricity. So we have to be completely self-reliant.
I noticed that. I enjoyed the location. I was thinking, man, I could use that for one of my movies that I want to shoot. But it seems like you balanced that well with the location. That I could tell it was hard to work with no electricity and lights. But then you also had some scenes in there where you had other types of lighting all over the characters, all over the walls, and so you really mixed those well together.
Yes, we actually filmed that inside my own bedroom, so that kind of helped a lot with set and location and things like that.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, congratulations, Seth. Definitely a great work of art. And it's great to see you out there working and collaborating with other artists in the area. Any last words of advice for LA Film students out there?
I mean, I don't know what to say other than, it's your passion. Your passion is what really makes a project. It doesn't matter how fancy your equipment is, how fancy your camera or anything like that is. It's all about the heart and soul that you put into all of your work. So, yeah.
It's definitely true. Really liked it.
Well said. So congratulations again, Seth. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. And I think also in there is your instructor when you have TL and Trent. That helps out too.
Oh, that totally.
That makes all the difference.
I just want to jump in, say you guys are doing great, and don't be nervous. We only have about 12 million viewers, so you're doing great. Thanks.
Oh, good. Thank you.
12 million. Okay.
He's such a good motivational, influence that we have.
Didn't really think about my outfit for 12 million people, but I did think about the next category, which is cinematography. All right. So this category is examples of cinematography for folks that have done scenes, or maybe their cinematography reel, or just works of going out there and creating dramatic cinematographic works of art. Get it out there.
It's a hard word. It's okay. Words are hard.
And it's one of my favorite too, which is probably why I'm so worked up and nervous about it, because I really enjoyed this category of cinematography. So tell us who the nominees are.
So our nominees for the cinematography reel are, we have Alyssa Park for Flurry, Tyler Terry and Nathan Barnes for Halloween 2020, and James Marbury with his aerial footage sizzle reel. And the winner is Flurry by Alyssa Park, who was the director and cinematographer.
All right, congratulations, Alyssa. Now this was a very beautiful shot. I've actually had Alyssa as a student, and I was very impressed with a lot of her work. So this does not surprise me at all. But what she had was a variety of slow motion shots with some light flares, like in and out of the sun. It took place inside of a forest. A lot of really cool camera angles and some really good depth of field. So it was a very good calling card for her, per se, of her cinematic skill set. So congratulations, Alyssa.
Absolutely. I definitely agree with you on that one.
All right. So moving on, our next category we have is school project. Now, this is a fun one because we all have those projects that we do in school. So this gives you a chance to take that project and showcase your skill set in the competition. So this category is for any assignments that students completed and submitted for an LA Film School course. But this does not include the mini capstone or capstone courses. So, Krista, tell us our nominees for the school project.
So our nominees for school project, we have Escape from a Teenage Mind, Jane Wright's Restless, Soup, and The Intruder. And our winner for the school project is Jane Wright's by Catherine Iannatelli, who was the writer, director, cast, and editor for this piece. Intruder. And it looks like
we have
our winner
no way.
for the school project is Jane Wright's by Catherine Iannatelli.
So she's
Okay, mute it.
there, and I think she's on a little. That's fantastic. All right, so good deal. So real quick, while she's catching up, let me just give the folks
no,
a
I can't
little
hear
bit of the.
anything. Okay, mute it.
There, and I think she's on a little.
Hi,
that's
hi,
fantastic.
I can
All
hear
right,
you
so
now.
good deal. So real quick, while she's
You'll have to
catching up,
turn your
let me
TV
just
down in the
give the
background.
folks a little bit of the.
Okay, mute it.
There, and I think she's on a little.
Hi,
that's
hi, I
fantastic.
can
All
hear
right,
you
so
now.
good deal. So there we go. Catherine, you have to turn your YouTube link off in the background because it's on a little bit of a delay. So while she's doing that, let's just give the folks a bit of a synopsis. So in 1984 or in 1894 Chicago, labor disputes between George Pullman and his railcar workers give way to a strike. And in the midst of a transportation system grinds to a halt. Okay, bitterly divided among class lines, the city plunges into murderous riots and mayhem. So Whole House founder Jane Addams, who later became the first American woman to receive the Nobel Peace Prize, turns her greatest comfort, which is writing, and she finds a path of peace to utilize it. So, Catherine, we have her back? Good. So tell us why you chose to tell this story, Catherine.
Thank you so much. Sorry about the confusion earlier. You think for a film student, I'd have my YouTube off. But anyways, I apologize.
We all have those problems.
So, I think I've always been interested in telling stories on film, but the one story that I read in my life that really inspired me to go to film school was the story of Jane Addams. She was a great social reformer in the late 1800s from Illinois, where I'm from, and from Chicago. And she really changed the world. And my goal someday is to put her entire life story on screen in a series, hopefully like similar to like the John Adams series, although they're not related, John Adams and Jane Addams, but similar to that kind of series, maybe 7 or 8 parts to tell her life story. I think especially now in the day and age we live in, with all of the strife and all the things that are going on in our world, I think it would be a great message for the world to get it out. So, hopefully we can get it together and get that on there someday.
So is there anything that you would do differently if you decided to produce it over again or move forward with the project?
Yes, definitely. I would have a crew to help me. I quickly learned how difficult it is to try to do everything yourself. I would have a much more skillful actor than myself play Jane. I would have probably not chosen to do just a voiceover, but actually have her speak on screen. And then I would probably have her, I think the scene would have been better if she were walking along the lakefront, but because I was alone in COVID, I had to kind of simplify it. But yeah, I would bring it to life a lot more. I'd also love to have a whole set, right? Someday of horses, and buggies going by and all that. But yeah, I would definitely get help and hire a crew and make it a team effort.
Wouldn't we all love all that type of stuff? But this is a fantastic example of, despite all that, you still decided, hey, I'm going to put this together and find a way to make it. And we commend that, because that's what we're all about here. You're not always going to have the perfect crew, the perfect talent, the perfect location. But as long as you continue to push forward and use your creative juices to channel that and find a way to make it happen, you're going to be successful. So we want to congratulate you on that. That's a fantastic win for you. And we appreciate you submitting here to our student showcase. Any last words you'd like to throw out there for folks at home?
I can't thank you enough, and especially instructor Sandra Lee, who encouraged me to do this project. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Sandra is great. That will definitely help out for sure. Yeah.
Congratulations. Okay. And my family is supposed to be quiet here. Okay.
Congrats. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, good deal. So fantastic. She had a crowd there with her. She had an audience. That was great.
I like that. It's good to have support.
Yeah, and one quick note. Technically speaking, we only have a few slots in the back room. So once you are interviewed, if you could leave and go back and watch on YouTube instead, that'll save up room for the next people that we have joining in. And why don't you tell us who that's going to be, guys?
Good idea. All right. So our next award category is for narrative film project. Now, we had a lot of submissions for our narrative film category. So we have our narrative film awards, which we're going to get to here soon, but we also have a list of outstanding awards that we're going to present here. So for the narrative category, it includes narrative films completed in the mini capstone or capstone classes, as well as any narrative work that students may have completed outside of LA Film School. So let's take a look at the list of our entries.
And for our entries, we have Michael Powell, A Short Walk Home, Anthony Sudak, A Drink for Life, Carrie Hayashikawa, Daydream, Selena Lopez Heatherly, Deep Six, Karan Andrews, It Watches, Brian Bevel, Mine, Cassandra Wetzel, Nightlife, Gabrielle Palomino, Night of the Trick-or-Treater, Maria S. Gomez, Pushing Up Orchids, Guillermo Rosa, Quandrum, Daniel V. Perez, Social, Gianna Morgan, Speechless, Ray Taylor, The Calendar, West Coldren, Vices.
All right, thank you. So before we introduce the winner of our narrative category, we're going to give some awards for outstanding achievement. And to start us off is the Indie Artur Award. Now, the Indie Artur showcases filmmakers that present a unique individual style on their films by having complete control of many elements of production. Several filmmakers that submitted qualified for this Indie Artur Award, but one stood out among the rest. Krista, who is our Student Showcase Indie Artur winner?
And our winner is Brent Bossarge for Soup. He was the writer, director, and both characters in this film.
All right, so that was a fun one. So it was Soup. It was very short, but Brent actually played a character, and then he played another character, and they interacted with each other on screen. So there definitely had some special effects going on there. But it was also just camera angles too. So it shows you how unique you can make your film with just a few simple elements of film production and trickery in order to get your point across or just make something fun. And basically, Brent plays two characters that interact with each other as one inquires about how the other is making their soup, which basically is ramen noodles sitting in a bowl as the sun is trying to heat it up. So it was actually quite humorous.
He had a good handle on comedic timing in that one too. He knew when to just bow out and be done with it, and I think that was really great with it.
He did, and I was actually impressed to see the filmmakers. A lot of times filmmakers have a sense of comedic timing and elements of what needs to be shown on screen as far as acting goes. So he definitely had that. Congratulations to Brent. Okay, our next category, Outstanding Visual Effects. Now this award is for filmmakers that showcase an achievement in integrating visual and special effects within their movie. At LA Film School, we teach an After Effects course, and students get some hands-on experience with the program. We've had a few filmmakers that integrated the visual effects into their project for the submissions, but only one came out on top. So, Krista, who is our winner for Outstanding Visual Effects?
And our winner is Guillermo Rosa with Quandrum.
All right. Look at those cool special effects we got going on there, thanks to our guy TL. So just to give you a little recap of this movie, it takes place in the year 2075 in the future. And Jack is the main character. He's a laid-off worker who loves to draw. And so while the world outside goes crazy, he stays home and does what he loves, which is drawing. But he finds out that his thoughts and dreams are somehow appearing on TV, driving him into a mind-bending reality that seems inescapable. And so what they have here is some cool special effects. On the wall is the TV, some holographic effects, text messages, and some weird interactive dreams that really kind of showcase the skill set of the filmmaker here.
I really enjoyed this one. I thought it was really different, and I really think he used the special effects in a really different way.
Did you notice that he had a Nirvana T-shirt on? The character did. So
I was waiting for you to comment on it.
It goes to show, even in 2075, Nirvana is still cool and relevant. All right, so good work. Congratulations. So, but visual effects are cool, but a good story is crucial to the success of any film. So stories and help us inspire us to love, to forgive, to be strong, and also to teach us. And the greatest stories ever told function as a reflection on the world we live in, and both the goodness and the evil present in our world. Our next award is for Outstanding Story. So Krista, who is our winner for Outstanding Story?
And our winner for Outstanding Story is Michael Powell for A Short Walk Home.
All right, congratulations, Michael. So this was a fun little thought-provoking film, and it involves. Oh, we got Michael here. Good.
Michael's here with us.
Let me just give a quick rundown of the film, and then we'll get into some questions. So Gage is a young teen that plans to rebel against his mother, Diana, by sneaking out to a pandemic party, which ultimately ends in tragedy. So this film had some good conflict that every mother and teenager face together. So let's talk with Michael. Where did you kind of pull some of this idea from for your film, Michael?
Well, I did a little bit of brainstorming with my wife, actually, and we kind of put together a scenario with her and my stepson, which we could pull off in our home. And I don't know, I guess I just kind of put myself in his shoes as I was writing it, or in every teenager's shoes, what they've had to deal with the lockdown, and how they must be feeling, and how frustrating that must be, and the kind of tensions that can create at home. So that was my inspiration.
And how was it working with and directing teenagers?
I'm sorry, that was my daughter.
Obviously happy you won.
Yeah.
How did it go working with and directing teenagers then?
I'm sorry?
How was it working with and directing teenagers?
It was great, actually. They were very responsive and willing to help out, and I think it showed through in their ultimate performances. We had a little bit of rough spots just trying to get them really into the scene and things like that. But once we got through that, it was pretty smooth sailing. Can you say hi? This is Isabella. Say hi.
Hi, Isabella. Hi. Hi.
What I like about your film, Michael, is that you used the pandemic as a backdrop, but you didn't actually use it as a crutch. And so the tragedy comes from something different, not pandemic related, which could happen anytime, which is actually kind of the scary part of it. And it just kind of makes us think a little bit. It's one of those moments where you never know, life is fragile. You never know when it'll end. So do you have any comments on that?
Yeah, no, I'm glad you pointed that out, Trent. I wanted to have a twist at the end, and I knew that because it was centered around the pandemic, that people were going to assume that the tragedy was that someone contracted COVID. Excuse me. But I thought there's something out of the blue like that. It happens all the time, and people kind of, I think, forgot about things like that throughout this whole experience. So I thought it would be something interesting to touch on.
Great work, and sorry that it ends in tragedy, but it definitely is a good story to tell, and just kind of brings a thought-provoking element to the film. So fantastic! Congratulations. Any last words here for the folks watching at home?
Just keep doing what you do every single day, and practice and get better. And if you believe and you work hard, I think it really starts to work for you. So thanks again for having me on.
Absolutely. Congratulations again, Michael. We appreciate it.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Good one. So our next award showcases a Hollywood stylistic approach to filmmaking that became popular in the 1940s and 50s. The film noir places an emphasis on cynical characters, stark lighting, and underlying existentialism philosophy. Ooh, that was a tough one. So Krista, tell us the winner for our outstanding film noir.
So our winner for Outstanding Film Noir is Vices by West Coldren.
All right, congratulations, Wes. This was a fun one. So I kind of like this one personally. It was a little dark, a little edgy, gritty. All right, a very classic example of a detective film noir. So I think Wes did a fantastic job of bringing the film noir to kind of the present day. All right, which features good camera work, some cinematic shots, and it's about a detective who hunts down his equal, a serial killer, while he's dealing with his own vices. So you may think, hey, a detective's out there doing good, but he has his own problems that he's dealing with as he hunts down somebody else. So it was definitely a dark, gritty film, a very good example of detective film noir. So congratulations, West.
It's one of my favorite genres, and I feel like you don't see a lot of it today. So I'm glad students are starting to kind of step into it.
Exactly, yeah, and I actually liked it. Anything dark and gritty, I'm all about. So he did a great job with that. For our next award is a coming-of-age film, which focuses on the philosophical and moral growth or transition of the protagonist from youth to adulthood. Now, they are popular and engaging because many of them represent our own experiences as teenagers. So, Krista, our next award is for a coming-of-age film. So please tell us our winner.
Our winner is Escape from a Teenage Mind by Abinadab Scott.
All right. Congratulations, Abinadab. So this video is about the struggles of a young teen with the mindset of making her parents proud, but at what cost? All right. So this is a story a lot of us can relate to, coming of age. It's very engaging because it has a lot of conflict between the siblings involved and the parents as they kind of push forward and make a decision on their future.
Hey, I just want to jump in, tell you guys you're doing great. 63 million viewers.
That's
Man,
like
those numbers just keep climbing.
It must be my hairstyle or my wooden bow tie.
I think it's the combination of the two. They go together so well.
The three of us.
The three. It's really two. Yeah, it's just two.
Mm-hmm.
It's just. So congratulations on that one. Let's move forward here. So our next category, fantasy films, are always a fan favorite. From Harry Potter to Twilight, fans can't get enough of the supernatural, mystical, and exotic fantasy worlds that filmmakers create. So our next award showcases just that. Krista, please present the winner of our outstanding fantasy film.
And the winner is Daydream by Kari Hayashikawa.
All right, congratulations. If she's one of these 63 million viewers, will you please call in? So this features a little girl named Maya who is stuck at home during the pandemic. And Maya uses her imagination to make her dreams come to life with the help of a little bit of paper and some crayons and a childlike imagination. She vanquishes the darkness of isolation for a fun little reality world. So this was fun because it had some good special effects, making the drawings kind of pop to life. She had these little stuffed animals that came to life. And then so this young girl kind of goes into her own fantasy reality to get out of her room that she's stuck in because of the pandemic. So again, another film that kind of revolves around the pandemic, but it's not the sole focus of the film.
And I think what was really impressive about this one too was just, I mean, you had a young child actor in this one, and she was relatable, and I think she was charming, and it was simple and fun, and it was just really overall well done. So it was
Absolutely.
A great one.
Congratulations, Carrie. Okay. So as much as we love our fantasy and traditional films, it's always nice to see a little creativity with an outside the box approach to filmmaking. Our next category recognizes just that. So Krista, tell us our winner for outstanding creativity.
And our winner is Pushing Up Orchids by Maria S. Gomez.
All right, congratulations, Maria. This was a fun one. I thought this was really cool. So just to give you a synopsis here, it's a famous alternative grunge musician is trying to escape from the grips of fame when he finds himself trapped in the netherworld. Stumbling upon different realms within the purgatory, he comes across a fallen angel before realizing he has already taken his life. So Maria inspired this off of Kurt Cobain, which you can kind of see a little bit in there. But this featured some great camera effects and angles, lots of fast editing, some good audio and sound effects mixed in with some cool special effects and transitions. So she really did a good job of bringing that to life.
It was just really visually engaging, and I think it was a really different style approach. So I think it was really well done.
It definitely brought you inside the mind of kind of a struggling fame and fortune musician. It was just weird and all over the place. So that's what was great about it. Just a little creative outside the box. And it mixed music video with also narrative film, so that's
it's nice to mix those genres. I enjoy that.
And when you do that, the creativity can just kind of pour on out.
Exactly.
So let's move on. Those are all of our outstanding awards we have for this year's Student Showcase, which brings us to the winner of our narrative category. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, we had a total of 14 entries, and all of them were very good and very well done, which made this a tough category for our judges to decide. However, they narrowed it down to 3 films. So Krista, tell us our top 3 nominees for Best Narrative, which you'll also reveal our winner too.
So our top 3 films in the narrative category were Daydream, It Watches, and Pushing Up Orchids. And the winner is It Watches from Karan Andrews.
All right, congratulations, Karan. This was a close one, and let me just tell you, folks, with our judging on Film Freeway, they were literally within fractions of a point of each other, so it was extremely close. And we have Karan.
Karan is here.
Woo, woo.
All right. So Karan, actually, I have him as a student this course, and so it's good to see you're at home working on your projects and homework for class, as well as jumping in here. I'm glad you took some time to join us. So how's it going? So let me just give you a little background. It Watches combines a unique and engaging camera angles and movements along with suspense as an evil entity stalks a young boy inside the house. So Karan, tell us a little bit about where you came up with the idea for this film.
So first off, as a film, I'll be remiss if I didn't thank, all the other nominees that's on here. I've been networking with a lot of them in the class, in the school, and everybody's been so amazing. And so I just want to send a shout out to everybody. But honestly, the premise of this was born out of the book of Enoch. And basically in that book, there's these fallen angels. Now there's a multitude of different stories and explanations, but nobody really knows definitively what they're about. So I was like, maybe I might take my own spin on it. So just imagine, basically, when you get that feeling that somebody's watching you, when you get goosebumps, when you sit in your room and that closet, the clothes rack looks like the person in the corner. What if it is the Watchers, from the book of Enoch, the fallen angels? They were banished to hell, and basically they're causing mischief on earth. So what if it was them? Every single time you get that goosebump feeling. So I decided to shoot this to a point where every time you get that alone feeling in the house that somebody's watching, it is the Watchers. And they just might have sinister plans because they're doomed to eternity in hell.
You did that very well.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
No, it was incredibly well done. I really enjoyed it. And I really just want to know, what were some of the challenges that you faced when shooting?
Because I did everything by myself. So I was doing the shooting, I was doing the lighting, and I would say some of the biggest challenges was working with my son. And when I say that, he's 10 years old, his name is Caden, and he's pretty good when it comes to picking up little cues as far as me directing him, but he's so full of energy. He's so full of life, and he want to bounce around, and so we have to keep doing the shots over and over and over. But for the most part, man, I eat, sleep, and drink this, man. So when it's time to shoot, I'm just, I don't know. I had fun. I wouldn't really call it a challenge. I think the biggest challenge was just directing my son, honestly, candidly.
That was good, yeah. And for the film, it's very suspenseful, slow, and creepy. So he definitely had to dial it back a lot in order to just kind of walk and do little looks and little things like that. So you did a good job with that. But talk to us a little bit about pre-production. So I want to know the importance of pre-production planning for a film like this, because it looks like there was a lot of stuff that went into it with little tricks of the door, little camera angles and movements and camera turns. It's like you couldn't have just come out on the day. So talk a little about planning that.
I love storyboarding. I draw, I'm very, very visual. So storyboarding was probably the biggest thing, honestly, of this film. There wasn't a lot of dialogue. So, and the fact that I shot it in my house, I had the time to actually walk around and put myself in their shoes. What area is going to be creepy? It's your home. For one, your home is always a creepy place. When something enters your home, you feel attacked, and So walking around the house, taking pictures, drawing exactly for the storyboard, exactly what I wanted to film. I think that was really conducive to this coming out just the way I wanted to. Like the shots behind the door, because the whole thing was to give an effect that you're being watched. So a lot of the shots, if you notice, it always looked like somebody was watching. There was rarely any static shots unless I wanted to take away power from the protagonist. But other than that, I would say mostly storyboarding. Just really walking through this house. Every shot you see, I stood there. I put myself in that position. I put myself at the end of the camera, in front of the camera, and I draw my little stick figures in my board and just kind of storyboard it that way. And then I followed my storyboard to the T. There wasn't a lot of dialogue, so I would just say most of my dialogue was actually written on the storyboard for this.
Excellent. Yeah, I noticed that. A lot of cool shots, a lot of slow movement. And, I'm a fan of Zack Snyder and his filmmaking, and he's big on storyboarding too. And it's just like a little comic book strip when you put it together and you kind of follow that. So it's definitely important to plan those out. And especially if you're able to walk through ahead of time and do that, it definitely worked out well for you.
Absolutely. It's incredibly important. So do you have any last comments or thoughts you'd like to share?
When I just started, this is about a year for me now, and I never forget when I picked up Premiere Pro, and I always tell people, like, I'm not mechanically inclined. I can barely even type on a computer, and I'm coming from a world of real estate and entrepreneurship and doing all these things, and I finally figured out, well, hey, I love telling stories. I never forget I opened up Premiere Pro, and when I opened it up and I seen the screen, I was like, what the hell did I got myself into? And I really had to become bigger than my problems, and I just stuck it out. I spent hours, and this was before the school. I spent hours on YouTube University, just trying to figure things out and just keep trying and trying and trying and trying and trying until one day it stuck. I started with my camera. I started filming with that. Then I upgraded to another camera. Then I upgraded to another camera. But the whole point of it is I watched my growth from when I just started this thing till now, and the formula is simple, and it's right here on my shirt. Write, shoot, edit, and repeat, and success and growth is inevitable. So now, knowing that I'm going to grow every time I point this camera, I can't wait to see what the next 5 years is going to be, because I know what it takes in order to grow. So just keep shooting, guys. Just don't stop, please. Just if you love film, you love movies, just keep shooting.
That seems to be some good advice. Persistence seems to be the key among all of the guests we had tonight and all the award winners. So congratulations again, Karan. Fantastic win for you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you again for joining us. All right, so we're wrapping it up here. That is the end of our award. So congratulations to everyone that submitted. We had a variety of really well-produced films, so you all should be very proud of what you created.
We enjoy watching everything that our student body creates, and we plan on having many more student showcases, screenwriting competitions, a bunch of different events. So please keep up the good work.
And it doesn't stop here. So now that you've done this competition, there's film festivals out there that you can submit to. And myself personally, I have an end of days film festival. You can find it on Film Freeway. And for any student that wants to submit, I will get you free entry. Okay, so if you're an LA film student, you got a cool film, you want to put in the festival, explore the festival circuit, we encourage that. You can start by submitting to the End of Days Film Festival on Film Freeway. We open for our official 2022 festival in October. So just look for that, and then once it opens, shoot me an email, and I'll gladly send you a promo code to get you in for free. All right, TL, any last words?
No, great job, everybody. We're up to 84 million viewers, so very good job. I think I'm going to take this time now to start to talk about myself, now that I have an opportunity. It all started... Am I being played off?